How's it going, YouTube? It's Root Junkie here, and today's video I'm super excited because we finally have Android O developer preview, which is really awesome. I'm really excited to get it on my device, and I've actually gone ahead and did that. And today's video, we're just going to kind of show you and talk through some features that come on Android O developer preview. Now, this preview is available on a bunch of devices, so you can get it on the Nexus 5X, the Nexus 6P, the Pixel, Pixel XL, and then I think the Pixel C, tablet, Chromebook, however you want to call it. It is available, developer previews for all those, so if you want to just get the preview and download it and put it onto your device if you have the unlocked bootloader, then very simple to do. I'll link you to the official post in the video description below this video. So you'll have all that there. If you're having trouble, I may recompile some of them. We'll see how that goes, but for sure we'll at least have them linked in the video description below. Now, that being said, this is pretty cool. I always love seeing new features, and we're going to show you some of the features that I've seen in Developer Preview O, which is a little interesting. So also, I'm kind of curious, what are you guys thinking about names for this developer preview? I mean, obviously Oreo is all over the internet. Everybody's saying Oreo. The other one I saw was pretty good was Oatmeal Cookie. A little weak, but I think pretty good nonetheless. Please, if you have any ideas for Android version name, just go ahead and comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have for Android O. That being said, let's go ahead and get into these phones. Check them out. So here you go, guys. This is the official Android O developer preview, and we're going to go through it. And just so we can compare some things that have changed here, this is my Pixel XL, and this is on Nougat official firmware. So we'll just use them to kind of compare a little bit. This is the Nexus 6P right here. All right. So let's go ahead and just kind of look through it a little bit. We'll start off with this, just your lock screen. Swipe up, pretty standard. It is using the Pixel launcher, so you got Google and all those features already still there, so that's kind of normal. Let's just kind of look through some other things here. So again, launcher's the same, widgets is the same, all this looks the same. So let's actually go ahead and just start looking at some of the things that I noticed that were actually different about it. So if we come in here, the first thing you're going to notice, and I'll just use this for comparison, is I don't know why these are here. It's kind of a very small change, but just there's a little line underneath the icons, and not all of them, but a bunch of them here. So most of those I think are ones that you have like options with when you tap on them. So things like that. So it's just interesting that this is there. The other thing you have is you can come in here, and I found this one, which is kind of cool. These window animation. Little toggle, and I'm going to show you guys how to turn those on. But so that's pretty sweet. We can go in the app drawer. You can see just basic app drawer. The one thing that's really changed in here that I've noticed is the settings icon obviously is different from Nougat, and then the settings are hugely different from Nougat. Way different settings layout. You can see it. Very unusual and different compared to Nougat here on this device. So one of the things that I guess has changed in here is over here you've got this like slide-in menu. So we no longer have the slide-in menu from the side to navigate to a different place in your settings. So that has definitely changed. Getting in here, you can see this just here. Now, if you want to get to About Phone, normally it's always at the bottom. Now you got to go into System. And this settings layout is very much like some of the OEMs. I think LG does some things like this. Samsung is starting to do a little bit like this. So it's interesting that Android O, which you can see right here, is set up this way. So let's just go ahead and click on the Android version and just show you the Easter egg. Basically, there it is, Android O, just a bunch of circles. So you can actually go in there and go ahead and tap on it, and then hold down, and it'll turn on and off the Easter egg, which is basically the same one you have on Nougat, which is little cats. If you haven't seen that before, it's pretty neat. Otherwise, you can turn on your build number, which we've actually already done, and go into developer options. And then the one thing I saw in here that I thought was a little bit interesting and I hadn't seen before was right here, the quick settings developer tiles. And right here is where you can set on these other developer tiles if you want to get these turned on. I hadn't seen this before. It's very possible it's in Nougat, but I hadn't seen it. So we'll just go in here and just show you. So you go to Edit, and now you have all these extra developer toggles if you want to mess with them. and it's kind of neat. The other thing you can do then is right here is you got this window animation one I showed you earlier. So if you tap on it, basically all it does is it just slows down all the animations so that you can like view the animations as they're happening, and then you can turn it back off and just now the animations are very quick again. So I don't know. I mean, kind of fun if you just allow them to just watch everything in slow-mo, all the different animations on the device. Maybe you're trying to troubleshoot something. You know, there's different reasons you can do it. Okay, so we've kind of gone through that. Let's go back into settings. I think this is really the most important area to understand. And I'm just going to show you a couple more things in here that I thought were really interesting. And that was under apps. Well, actually, rephrase it. It was actually under security. And I'm going to show you why this is interesting to me. So right here, under this administrator, this like section right in here, you used to have this option. And I'm going to show it to you over here just so you can see it. And basically what we're talking about here is right here, unknown sources. So unknown sources at this point is no longer in settings in the security section. They've moved it, and they've really upgraded unknown sources on Android O Developer Preview. And I'm going to show you how it's used, and it's a lot more precise. There's a lot more control when it comes to what applications can install unknown apps onto your device, not directly from the Play Store. So this is a good thing. This is a very good thing. So let's go ahead and show you where those are at. So if we come over here and we actually go to applications and we see where it says special access, we go there. And there's a couple things to point out here. I guess I'll point you out this one. So this is a picture-in-picture. So this is kind of new for Android O, right there, picture-in-picture. So there's some settings there. But this right here, install other apps. This is the new location for unknown sources. And let me show you how it works. So we're going to go into Chrome. And this is my website, rootjunkiesdl.com. And we're going to just pick an application to install. And it's going to download it. Hit download. And then we're going to hit open. And you're going to see this. This is the new pop-up. Basically, unknown sources has changed to external sources, is what they're calling it now. And let's click on that to allow this app to install. And it brings you here. Install other apps. So you have to pick which applications can install other applications. So we're going to say, we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on Chrome. And we're going to say, Chrome, we're going to allow you to install other applications. Basically, Chrome can do unknown sources. And then we're going to come back out of it. And we'll click it again. And this time when we open it, we will be allowed to install the application. And hit install. Now, this means that other applications can't install apps, only Chrome. That's all we allowed. So it's very precise, and I actually like it. It's a good security feature. It's a good update when it comes to the operating system here on Android O to have very specific unknown source applications that can do unknown sources that can install applications not from the Play Store. Good update. Very good update, I think. So guys, besides that, let's just show you a couple other things that were interesting in here. And I guess probably the most interesting ones are going to be when you turn on this mode up here. The little icon up here, if you just hold your finger on it, it'll spin. Now you can't see it when I'm doing it, but it's going to spin. And once it spins, it should do this. And that just turned on System Tuner. And in System Tuner, there are some new features. So System Tuner is something you turn on. Most Nougat, Android O, all those things can turn on System Tuner. It's been in there for a while. It's always turned on by holding down the setting icon on the notification tray there. But it's pretty cool, and it's got some new improvements. So it's kind of something you can do to tweak some of your interface. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some of it. So this is like status bar information on what shows up. The thing I like to turn on in here is always show percentage. And that's for the battery up on the top. I definitely like to turn it on so I have percentage. But the thing I guess that's really new to Android O is under lock screen here and actually under navigation bar. This is the one I wanted to show you first. So navigation bar is nice. So you can see down here we can actually change the navigation bar. We can shrink it in. We can go ahead and make it go a little bit that way. We can make it go a little bit the other way. So there's just some different options we can do for how the navigation bar lays out. And then besides that, you can actually add another button. So I'm going to say to the right. and like I'm going to add a clipboard. So you can see I've got a little clipboard down here in the corner, and that's pretty sweet. Nice little extra options and things you can do to your device. Besides that, you have lock screen, and this is kind of sweet. So basically, on the lock screen, you can customize what applications are on the bottom of your lock screen. So currently, I'll show you. Well, actually, I'll show you what I got. So right here, I've got camera, and over here, I've got Hangouts. So that's what I've got in there currently, but we can change it very easily. So it does have a lot of apps you can pick from, but it also has a lot of app actions, which are pretty cool. So let's just change one. So this is a phone app, and then we'll come over here and change Hangouts to, oh, I don't know, clock, let's say. All right, and then now when we close it out, you can see we've got phone over here, and we've got the clock application. So pretty sweet, pretty sweet, pretty sweet. But there you go, guys. That is going to probably wrap up this video. Some of the new features that I saw on the device. I'm pretty excited for them. I'm pretty excited to see what the next developer preview is going to come out with. I hope you guys are too. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, please give me a big thumbs up. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, I'm everywhere. All over the internet, basically. You can find all my links in the video description down below. And we'll catch you guys in the next video. Root Junkie out.